those two ladies walked into is the tea house with the red umbrellas there. Had a little bit of drama there. The owner passed away, and finally some new people bought it. It's had its struggles, but I think it's back on its feet now. And then right where that yellow sign is well, that's Cielo, the store next to El Farol, where they have the live flamenco shows. It's an institution basically, El Farol. And then up there where you see that white portal on the left is Geronimo. This is another super narrow street here. Hopefully we can get by each other. Okay, barely made it. And then on the right there is the Rios Wood Yard. You can just pull up and they'll throw a bunch of firewood in your trunk. Get as much or as little as you want. They'll also deliver a huge truckload to you too. So that's no parking. I could park right there in front of that truck. So Acequia Madre is now on my left. The actual Acequia. Another really iconic part of Santa Fe on this road here. Mostly cottonwoods. Probably a few elms. There's a nice little dead end road down there too. Some really cool properties down there. Okay, this is all good to go parking wise. So I'm just gonna park right around here somewhere. Oh, no, it says no parking. I'll get back on the scene in a minute. Showed that house last winter. Can't remember. It was for sale for around $3.5 million, if I can remember correctly. Very, very nice. Also has a private well on it for irrigation. So 2 water sources. That one's on city water and on a well too. Don't know anything about that place, but it sure looks beautiful. Guess it's a walking tour. There's Santa Killam again. So now we're kind of back to where I just started. So I think I'm just gonna walk on up. Looked like the appointment before me was still there. That house sold not too long ago too. 1.6, 1.7. Somewhere around that range. All right, so I'm right outside in the front. And these are definitely cottonwoods, okay? Those two. And there's some people still in there right now, so I'm just gonna do the outside. That courtyard is amazing. And then you have the wall that comes around here, all the way around the back of the property. And then the driveway over here is an easement. There is a property down past here. And then the gate to the front is right there. And then the parking is down here. And it's a little discombobulated right now because there's so many cars here. But basically the property comes all the way down to where the front of that car is. And then there's the connector piece between the casita and the main house. And then this goes over onto the neighbor's property where they've got parking area and the house back there. But no other access through here. I believe that's just for that one house. And then this show you wrapped around. If you did it correctly, you could park coming in this way, okay? So that maybe the trash cans need to move somewhere, and maybe these limbs need to be trimmed back. That's actually an elm right there, so that could really be trimmed back a lot. So you could pull right in here one car, and then park another car along the fence. And then there's the thing for the mini split. And then let's just look around here real quick. So fenced all the way around. These are the materials for the portal that has been permitted. You might have seen the sign out there. It's already got a permit. They have all the materials. This is going to be in between the main house and the casita, and that will be done before the sale transfers. That is probably a mechanical room for the radiant heat, which I can't access right now, but let's just assume that that's where the boiler is. Everything looks to be in good condition on the outside, stucco-wise. Canales look okay. That mini split thing could probably use a cleaning, but other than that, I'm sure it works fine. And you've got screens on the windows. Now I'm in the courtyard in the back. You see I came through this little gate right here. That's the entrance to the main house, and then the entrance to the casita. And we think that the plan for the portal is going to be right in this general area right here, in between the house and the casita, not over this patio, but maybe not. Apparently there are some plans, and there's more stuff here that's for that actual portal to be built. There's a lot of splash up because we've had a lot of rain lately, but let's go look at the casita while we're here. So you come in right away, there's the bathroom to the left, single sink, toilet, and a walk-in shower with a little bit of a step, not much though. And then nice high ceilings and a skylight up there too. And then it's basically one big room. It's a studio casita. It's a little dark over on that side. I'm trying to figure out how to turn the lights on, but it doesn't seem like there's any lights over there. Then you got this cute little daybed area, which looks like a fun place to relax. Some drawers underneath, okay? So lots of storage in this, even though it's not that huge. And then here's your kitchenette. So there's two burners with a hood, actually. So it's not totally forgotten. This must be your fridge. No dishwasher, but you know, somebody could live in here for a couple days and be very comfortable, no problem. This seems like a built-in or maybe even potentially a Murphy bed. So if you imagine that out of here, there's going to be a lot more room. This place is like, there's a lot of stuff in here as it is. I mean, those chairs are humongous, for one. They do have a mini split like we saw out in the back, and that's a nice Kiva fireplace that looks to be wood burning, yes. And then another day bed on that side with a couple of pillows. Also cute. We could have probably raised those blinds a little bit. So here's one big closet. So those two tubs are pretty deep. That's where they put the TV too, up there. We got all hard plaster walls in here. It looks like a little bit of a peach or a salmon color. Here is the other closet, which is very full of stuff. Lots of clothes hanging in there. And then you got another closet over here, which hopefully we're able to see this. Yeah. So more storage, enough room to put all your skis and stuff like that. And it's pretty high up. There's whole nother shelf up there on the top. Okay, and it's got an automatic light that turns on. So that's the casita. And I'll be hopping over to the main house here pretty soon, as soon as these other people leave. But let me just show you one other thing I was told about is the fact that this boiler for the main house is soon to be replaced. So that's on order and it's coming, and that will be replaced at some point. And would have to look more closely, but I'm seeing something that looks like Kitech, and then if you look at that, it just says bad on it. But then there's other ones in here that look to me like they're the Wurzbo PEX, so it's probably okay. This house was built way before Kitech, so I can't imagine that it would be Kitech. But anyway, that boiler is conked out and it's being replaced. That's gonna be a heck of a job. And then there's your on-demand hot water heater up there. And then I'm not even sure what that white thing is. So those are the beams that I just showed you from around on the other side. This is another, hey, that's locked too. What is that? So there's French doors where that closet was. That's weird. If you take that closet out, you would have French doors on the back patio there. There goes the tour cruise. And I'm gonna go just way back out front. Okay, here's the courtyard of the main house. Nice grass, beautiful trees. That looks like an apricot tree. Patio goes around, and then here's your front entrance. Wood floors, Kiva fireplace. Again, there's a lot of furniture in here. This is not entirely, it feels a little bigger than we were expecting from the photos. And then there's that cool pass through over there to the kitchen. I'm gonna go check out this guest bedroom number 1, okay? You have, those are pretty old original wood windows that are single pane, but they do have a screen on them. Those windows probably need work. That's not terrible, but those are definitely need some attention. You do have a mini split in here, which is nice. That is a queen size bed. So it's not a huge room, probably 12 by 12. And then it's got its own bathroom here. So let me scooch into the sink. It's a pretty good sized closet. You have a door out to the back patio. And then there's the toilet and a walk-in shower. Tile floor in the bathroom. And no other closet in the actual bedroom, so the closet in the bathroom serves as the bedroom closet. That's probably, may or may not be the primary. No, this is the primary. Okay, this is a little bit bigger on this side. That's a king size bed there. And they have the mini split on. I can feel it. It feels nice. Plaster walls, and then this goes into the bathroom. The window out to the courtyard. Here's your closet space. Again, there are closets in this bedroom too. I will shoot that in a minute. You have a tub in here and tub shower combo and a single sink, the flagstone or granite stone countertop, which is nice. It's got baseboard heat, so there must be some sort of a crawl space or access to run all those lines. And apparently they're not working right now, which is why there's a new boiler coming. So there's a little desk kind of office area where you can put your typewriter when you're needing to send a few emails out. There is one of the closets, which has like a set of shelves in there. And then the other closet over here, also a good size, just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this house. That baseboard is tucked down in nicely, so it doesn't really interfere with the square footage of the house at all. And then there's 2 steps down here to get into the kitchen, which is the dining room too. These have been replaced and upgraded. That's really cool. You've got some storage down below, and then you've got a 4-burner cooktop and another hood range going up there that's vented. One set of shelving for all of the glasses and dishware. Then over here you've got the refrigerator kind of tucked in there, and same thing with the built-in wall oven, also kind of tucked in there. And then you've got some shelves and stuff. Oh, there's a microwave and a few more shelves here. And then the sombraje. Well, I'm glad I opened that because that's the laundry. Washer and a dryer. Pretty high ceilings in here. Gorgeous ceilings in there. So I checked out the closets, I checked out the trees, parking for 2 cars. We don't have a floor plan for the main house. I've asked for that, but hopefully they can get me that later. And from the house to the casita is maybe 10 feet. So that's about it. I'm gonna head out. Thanks a lot. Since I'm here, I might as well just throw on a quick little cruise down the rest of Acequia Madre. Acequia is on my left now. This property coming up on the left is also just went on the market. Fantastic. It is humongous. I actually saw that house. I toured it maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but it's back on the market now for $8 million or something like that. So again, kind of giving you a feel for the value of this neighborhood. And then there's one on the right-hand side too that's Brit's listing. I don't know the price on that one. I would be guessing. But it's also kind of indicative of a number of things that are on the market right now too. The inventory just keeps going up. This house right by the stop sign here, I sold to my people like 2 years ago, and they just decided to rent that out. This one right next to them is for sale for $1.3, I think. And then the one over here also just went on the market, but it's a condo, and I think it was like 1.6, 1.7, somewhere around in there. And then this is Garcia Street, and that's Downtown Subscription right there. Garcia Street Books is right there. And as we head out this way, we're going to just run back into Paseo de Peralta and Nedra Matucci Gallery on the right. And I think that's all that's for sale, but off the top of my head. Yeah, and then you're right downtown too. So there's the Pera building and the old Santa Fe Trail right down there, and the Roundhouse. So there you have it. Eastside tour.